Welcome back. The former party chief of Chongqing, Xilai, will stand trial at the Jinan Intermediate People's Court later this week. In fact, it's going to happen tomorrow on charges of bribery, graft and abuse of power. The open trial will start 8:30 a.m. Beijing time Thursday. For more on this, we can go straight across to our reporter Hona, who's standing by outside the Jinan Intermediate People's Court. Just tell us what you're seeing around you, both in terms of security detail and also interest by the media.
Hello there, Zaka. We know that the open trial would take place tomorrow morning at 8:30 at the place right behind me, the Jinan Intermediate Court. Actually, I arrived here early this morning, and actually you wouldn't be surprised to see the intense security and people gathered around. And there have been already many reporters here to wait for the open of the trial, and right on my left is where the reporters will be gathered, because the court has organized an open space for the reporters to cover this event. And I guess they will be here really early tomorrow morning to get the best position for their shots. And if we're lucky enough, we might get a glimpse of the police cars carrying Bo to enter the court. We know that the Bo has been accused of 3 charges on embezzlement, bribery, and the abuse of power. And according to an anonymous source, the money involved in Bo's case stands at 25 million RMB, and that's roughly $4 million US. And actually, I talked to one of the court officials. He wouldn't tell me exactly how long the trial will last. Maybe for just a day, and maybe for a couple of days. We don't know that yet. Zaka.
And Hona, obviously there is an intense amount of media focus on this trial, both domestically here in China and also internationally. What is the media focusing on?
Of course, the open trial notice has received worldwide attention, making headlines across the nation. As far as I'm concerned, there are at least 300 reporters from both domestic and international media to cover this open trial. And of course, one thing in common, their biggest concern is what will be the final verdict. As we know, Bo is the highest ranking official to be dealt with, to be punished for disciplinary violations ever since the new leadership took office. And he's also the 3rd senior official who once held a seat in the Politburo of the CPC Central Committee to stand trial over the last 2 decades. And the previous 2 members were former Beijing party chief Chen Xitong and former Shanghai party chief Chen Liangyu. Both of them has received a suspended death sentence. So of course, we're waiting for the final conviction of Bo's case. And of course, many reporters are waiting to see. Actually, I talked to some of the experts. He said the differences compared with Bo's case, compared with the previous 2 members of the Politburo, is the matters related to Bo's case is more transparent, and the information has been released in a more timely manner. So, of course, we'll keep you updated for the latest information. Back to you, Zaka.
All right, Hona, I'm sure it's going to be a busy day tomorrow. Thanks very much for joining us here on the News Hour.